When my children left here 2 years ago, they loved me. Do you understand? When my children left here 2 years ago, they loved me. Look at the pictures of us during the summer of 2014. There was nothing there. My kids were happy with their mother. Eric did this when I said no for sex. That's why my daughter kept saying, all Daddy wants to do is play with your butt. Now, I know every time I say that, he says, I don't want her. How many freaking men say that? That is freaking ridiculous. It's exactly why he did it, and he also did it when Angel Lynn was around. And Angel Lynn's involvement alone should have freaking got the courts to do something. You can't even accuse somebody of trying to kill you unless you're dead. They won't spend a freaking dime. This is bullshit. It's ridiculous. They spend so much money trying to control people's lives who are doing nothing wrong. They're not hurting anybody. These people are hurting everybody, and they do nothing. What is wrong with this world? He doesn't want me. He's a loser 50-year-old who's down to screw an Angel Lynn. Yeah, right. Wake the hell up. He took my kids. He has not given me one chance, and I don't know what about my life says that I need any kind of freaking help. Thank you very much. The only help I needed was to be able to see my children for more than 6 hours in 2 years. For 2 years, I had to watch my children in fear of their father start to diss their mother. For 2 years, I've had to watch my children fall apart because you let that man abuse them repeatedly. Well, I've gotten not one single chance. Not one. Every time I agreed to supervise visits, I agreed. After they appointed me, that bullshit guardian ad litem, bullshit after I filed all the papers, what about that would say I was incompetent? Not a damn thing if they still filed it, because otherwise they would have been forced to give me a default judgment. And what does he do? He makes himself out as a nice guy while he's appointing a lawyer behind my back to waive my rights. What I'm saying all along, if your job is to advise my lawyer, I'm pro se. Why aren't you advising me? This is what Pierce County is doing to innocent parents. My rights were ignored. I submitted the paperwork. They called me incompetent and signed me a GAL. The GAL, you think I had problems? I had my kids kidnapped for over a year, and the courts were doing nothing. They gave them a restraining order because I tried to defend and protect the children I knew were being abused. I listened to them have to be in fear of their father. But I have pictures of the year he left, the summer he was gone, when I was still allowed going to his apartment, having sex with him. I could still see my children. But when I said no, he stopped. The freaking dates add up. The posts on my Facebook timeline add up. Why are they only paying attention to the ones he wants them to see? Not to mention that those were deemed inadmissible because I was never served with them. Which I'm getting ready to file my freaking complaint to the Bar Association on Rose B. Eberhart and Jason Benjamin. Jason Benjamin apparently doesn't feel like he has to serve anybody. And I don't know what kind of crap thing is going on with this bullshit behind my back. All I know is that is no sort of justice, and it does not fit the Constitution of the United States, and is ridiculous. No kind of ethics whatsoever. There is absolutely no justification for what they've done here. None. My diagnosis was major depression, and that was when he was able to attend every one of my sessions and try to manipulate the diagnosis. That was still all he got. But the court has ignored that, instead went to a freaking intake session that, once again, who was there manipulating the diagnosis to where these people falsified my medical records, and they want me to go back to them? I don't think so, especially when I'm starting to sue them for falsifying my record. No. And I guarantee you murderers and rapists get to see their kids more than I do. They have taken out on me every freaking woman in Pierce County, I swear, who's done anything wrong, but I am the wrong person. I have been a strong advocate of fathers' rights my entire life. I gave my kid's father joint custody at 16 years old. I am the wrong person to freaking do this. Eric fucking made me believe that that's who he was. He would never keep my kids from me ever. And then he told them no for sex, and the son of a bitch acts like a woman. This is unbelievable. I didn't do anything wrong ever. I just did the same thing everybody else does when they break up, only they don't get recorded. Otherwise, I've done nothing wrong. I have no reason to keep my kids from me. I'm not a prostitute. I'm not a drug addict. I'm tired of being treated like a criminal. I want my children back. All of the evidence is on my side. And you know how it's on my side? Because I'm telling the damn truth. And I supply them with evidence from many sources over many years. He has really provided them with nothing except for Facebook posts after he traumatized me. I swear it's like somebody told him, unless we get this reaction out of her, we can't give you a restraining order. So then he pushed my button. It's like, got the reaction. Like, them kids have been out of school for over a month. Like my son saying, Dad lives just to make you and Jessica cry. And the freaking Jessica Powell videos. You don't understand. The man is nuts. He had the kids chaperone me on walks. He locked up my computer, put the keys in his pocket, and said he would convict me of assault if I tried to get the keys. And what was I supposed to believe when the cops had already freaking sent me to my room? It's ridiculous. I have the same rights as he does. You don't have the right to ignore my rights. What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? He has nothing. He has nothing. I never hurt my kids. I've always been sane. I went from marrying him at 22, getting a college, finishing my college degree, getting a job with the state where I had benefits because he wouldn't, because Chris was his family, not us. And then I started a company. I was taking care of the kids. I was running the house while he was busy having his deliverance fantasy with Joe and Lisa. Then we moved into our rental property, and I still managed with the housing freaking collapse and the county filing bankruptcy. I was able to close our company and file our own personal bankruptcy. And the company did not fail because of me. The company failed because he was getting drunk at work. And I was tired of working my butt off for a company so that he could go get wasted at work. And what does Eric do when he's wasted? He tells people they can rape him. And then the guy he's working for, who's getting really drunk, goes missing. Okay? Wake up. After he comes home and says, we got to move to Canada. Hello? You really, again, too. As far as him saying he doesn't want me. You know how many guys go from having to have me, they love me, the light of their worlds, when I turn them down and say, oh, I don't want you. Come on, wake up. Oh, and I have pictures of the child who says he didn't tell Eric nothing, and Eric has many Facebook messages with about, hey, come on over tomorrow. Hey, you left your tobacco here. Yeah, you can spend the night for Halloween. Yeah, that kid, the kid that he had to have charged with felony trafficking stolen goods for stealing his pissed-on bag of tools because his daddy only uses his clout to get him out of trouble, not his grandchildren. His grandchildren he lets get harmed. Anyway, I've got pictures of what this child's living conditions have been for the last 2 years. And the chick who he also is dating, who gets to see my kids and I don't, despite her parental rights being terminated, is not a nurse. She's a medical assistant. It's a 12-month program. Okay? These are the people who are Eric's, he testified where he gets all his information. Okay, well, first of all, my son is a slob pig, okay, and he lies a lot, and Eric knows it, and Eric has told my counselors that in the beginning. Secondly, if him and my son are such buddies and he gets all his information from Colton and his girlfriend, then why can't they supervise the visits since they live here? That's what I want to understand. They live here. They have fun here. They miss me when they're gone. But I can't see my other children because of the stuff they say. And my oldest son used to say he grew up in the ghetto. I used to say, if South Hill Puyallup with a heated pool is a ghetto, I must have done something right. Just like when this one posted I'm a twack, I must have done something right because he doesn't know what one is. I never stole his food stamps. On the contrary, he stole mine, and that can easily be proven. But nobody is into proof anymore. It's all about drama. It should be a freaking soap opera. This is ridiculous. This is my children. They have been without their mother for 2 years, and it needs to stop now. All right, and I'm going to go take some pictures of the house right now because that's the other thing. I already know his next accusation will be that I'm a fucking prostitute. I am so freaking insulted. I am so freaking insulted. So why don't we get it off the freaking thing right now? You can check my bank account whenever you want. You can check my cupboards. You can check my ass. I don't care. I'm no freaking prostitute. And you know what? I'm hardly even sexually active thanks to him. So no, I'm not a slut. I'm not a whore. I'm none of those freaking things. I'm sitting here crying every day for my children. Right, his current girlfriend and the one who is Eric's source of information about me. She's not a nurse, 12-month medical assistant program, and she's the new milkshake baby mommy. And she's over here now in my garage, little love nest going on, people sneaking around at night. We had a surveillance camera up, but after lovebirds were caught in the middle of the night, the camera suddenly stopped working. It's ridiculous. These are the people who are freaking... The court has no idea who they've been having testify against me. These are people who don't know me. They don't even know themselves, and half of them are in way more trouble than I will ever be.